have great taste, especially with your radio choice. Thank you for spending a little time with Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kane Brown, Miles on it, Kiss Country 93.7. Shreveport Bossier's #1 for new country. Gary and Bristol and the whole world's keeping their eyes on this Hurricane Helene right now. They say it is continuing to intensify as it moves north towards the Florida Panhandle. They say that the eye of this, which is the most dangerous, life-threatening, is expected to make landfall later this evening. They say it's forecasted to grow into one of the largest storms in the Gulf of Mexico in the last century. With a wind field that could span the distance between Indianapolis and Washington, D.C. They say its huge size will result in higher storm surge and dangerous winds that will stretch well inland. Widespread power outages likely across the southeast. In fact, I was reading, they say that it looks like it's expected to be this major hurricane, meaning a Category 3 or higher when it makes landfall. They say that as of earlier this morning, hurricane warnings, flash flood warnings extended far beyond the coast, way up into south central Georgia. The governors of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas have already declared emergencies in their states. And it's possible that this storm could be unsurvivable. If the storm surge, how high the water rises above the normal levels, could climb to 20 feet along Florida's Big Bend. National Weather Service is warning of unsurvivable storm surge in one of the bays there. Nasty stuff. We need to pray for those people and pray that, most of them are heeding those warnings and they are evacuating. Of course, we will keep you updated as we get more info, both here on Kiss Country 93.7 and the app. There's Dirk Bentley, Kiss Country 93.7. It's Gary and Bristol. Opening weekend at Red River Revel. You going? Man, you talk about, we just the other day, we were talking about, well, it's really not fall yet. And then all of a sudden this morning, it's 67 degrees. High today is going to be in the 80s. Maybe we're done with those 90-plus days. And now it's Red River Revel. It's like they ordered this weather out of a catalog or something. Festival Plaza downtown Shreveport going to open this Saturday. It'll run through the following Sunday, October the 6th. And 11 o'clock is opening Saturday morning. They've got Jefferson Starship coming in. If you're an old person like me, you'll remember the day back when Jefferson Starship was a big name in the pop world. They've got all kinds of artists, 80 different artists that are going to be there, all kinds of vendors. They've got the mock dig for the kids. Now, I don't know if the kids used to, and I don't remember the grade, it might have been third grade, would all take a field trip to the Red River Revel during the week that it was going on. And I don't know if they still do that or not, but if they do, that's the coolest thing ever because those kids love that mock dig. Also, they've got food. You cannot have a festival in Louisiana unless there's incredible food, and they have got some of the most incredible stuff. So this weekend, it opens up Saturday. It'll run all the way through the following Sunday. If you want to get your tickets in advance, you can go to redriverrevel.com. redriverrevel.com. And, of course, we'll get all that ticket info for you on the Kiss Country app as well.
They are to radio what Southern made is to donuts. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's Gary and Bristol. And don't forget now at 8:20, your first Kiss Cash Cow code of the day. It's not important unless you could use $30,000. How about that? Oh, and if you've been sharing your Disney Plus password or using somebody else's, you better stop. They say they're going to end that this week, but they will allow you to add an extra member. That's going to cost you an extra $6.99 a month for Disney Basic, $9.99 for Disney Plus Premium, and you can only add one member. Oh, and they're raising their subscription prices next month. They say you can continue to try to get away with sharing passwords, but Disney says they've got a way to be able to automatically detect when someone's watching outside your household. And if that happens to be you who's doing it, you'll have to enter a one-time password to verify that you're the actual account holder. You just can't have any fun anymore, can you?
Spending a morning without Gary and Bristol? It's like having a birthday without cake. Today's not the day for that. Kiss Country 93.7.
There's Jason Aldean. It's my kind of party. Kiss Country 93.7, throwing our kind of party. The one with prizes. 4-pack of tickets for Piney Park, the big fall festival, open up this weekend in Marshall, Texas. And yesterday we did it again for first-time winners only.
And we'd played the game Don't Say And when you first said what the subject was, it was Math Storytelling Day, I really thought you were going to make them do. So if a train leaves the train station at 8:06 going 40 miles per hour, when will it make it to Poughkeepsie? You know what I mean?
Solve for X.
Right? No, you had to talk about your high school math class.
Yeah, it was Math Storytelling Day.
I have, I guess, tried to block out of my math
Oh, my God.
brain, I guess.
Ms. Weldon, I will love you forever. She was. Hey, let me tell you, she was the only teacher in the world that believed in me.
Really?
Yeah, I was voted most likely to go to jail.
Were you? Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Miss Bell is a Halton legend. She was amazing. But all right, here is today's ticket trivia question. Most people have one of these, but around 4% of us actually have two. Two what? Most people have one of these, but around 4% of us actually have two. Two what? 725-KISS, 725-5477.
Making life better, one morning at a time. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. Good morning. It's Gary and Bristol. I was telling you a minute ago about the path to the perfect morning show.
Uh-huh.
It includes something else.
You know, you're right. You're right. Giving away
Yeah.
Piney Park passes,
Yeah.
showing off all the great things that happen in our area with
Yeah.
Caught in the Act,
Yeah.
and giving away cash. Okay, yeah, that is the perfect morning show.
Kiss Cash Cow Code. First one of the day here at about 8:20. Of course, we're kind of in the presence of greatness now,
Okay.
because it is time to reveal this week's recipient of the Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award. And without further interruption, you be quiet, Bessie. It'll be your turn in a little while. Let's meet Gerald Layton.
Hello.
Coach Layton.
Hey.
Good morning. It's Gary and Bristol from Kiss Country 93.7.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
We're awesome. I'm in the I'm holding in my hand a letter about you that I really think you want to hear.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who sent it to me, but I'm going to tell you it's definitely worth listening to. Coach Gerald is one of a kind. He's much more than just a softball coach. He's a mentor, a father figure, always there for his players and parents. Doesn't matter if you need a ride, need your hair braided, if you need a last-minute hitting lesson, or if you just need advice. He'll always drop what he's doing. He fights for each of his girls. Even though he's 100% a great father to his own softball player daughter at LSUA, she's more than happy to share her daddy with hundreds of other daughters. Gerald always shows up at graduations, tournaments, award ceremonies, birthday dinners, college signing. No matter what, Coach G is always there. To know him is to love him. And he is truly the best friend that anyone could have. Coach Gerald Layton definitely hit a grand slam by being the father, coach, and the man that he is. From your Louisiana Titans family, your past favorite Evangel players, your current Logan Sports softball team, and all the families that you've impacted over the many years, we love you, Coach Gerald Layton.
Man. That's awesome.
Big old hairy-legged softball coach made him cry like a little girl this morning, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
Wow. What a letter, man.
Man, that's awesome.
What'd you do?
Man, I just coach these girls, love what I do, and have a passion for it.
Wow. So tell me, when you see a young lady come into your program and all of a sudden you see that light go off in her head and she gets it, it's not just about softball. It's about being an incredible human, somebody that is worth looking up to. But what does that do to you when you feel like, I might have been a little part of that?
Man, it's really good. Especially we have I have a hitting facility for the Titans, and I've got on the wall all the kids that came through our program and that has committed to college, and just to watch them grow and see them. We've got some married now and got kids of their own, and it's just awesome to see the growth and not just on the field, just as a person and an individual, and see them finish college, and it's pretty awesome.
You know, the day's going to come when you're coaching some of your players' kids.
Yep. You are right.
That's kind of bittersweet. I mean, it's an incredible feeling, but then it stings a little to realize, well, I have gotten a little gray-headed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got some of these kids that still call, and they're in college, and they still call all the time just to talk.
Well, Coach G, you have the honor of being this week's recipient of the Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award. And that doesn't just come with all our love and admiration. You get a $50 gift certificate to Magnolia Pit Barbecue.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Nothing
it.
says we love you like feeding you, does it?
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach G, thank you.
Wading through the belly.
Thank you for doing what you do. Please don't ever stop.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Kiss Country 93.7 knows that you can go anywhere to hear about the bad news. That's why we celebrate those who are doing good. Coaches, teachers, and normal, everyday people who have made it their priority to serve others. Those are the people we brag about. And every Thursday, we announce the latest recipient of the Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award. Know someone who's worthy of our praise? Be sure to nominate them, and they could get a big old dose of Kiss Country love and a $50 gift certificate from Magnolia Pit Barbecue. Get that nomination started now in your Kiss Country app.
Jordan Davis singles you up. Kiss Country 93.7. It's Gary in Bristol. Every time he's on the radio, I'm thinking, at one time, because he had a national interview, he told everybody, I grew up listening to Kiss Country 93.7. And I'm thinking to myself, that's so cool that those formative years he grew up right here in Shreveport.
He's a product of Kiss Country.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we are Gary in Bristol, and apparently you really got to be careful about what you name your child.
Oh.
If you want to come into America.
Okay.
Little boy in the UK was recently denied a passport, and his parents said it was because his name relates to a trademark or copyright.
Oh. Please tell me they did not name this child Nike.
His name is Loki Skywalker Mowbray. They say the Star Wars reference was actually intentional because he was born on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Yeah. They were told that they'd have to get permission from Disney or change the boy's name. The family said, we're not hot on either one of those ideas, especially because they weren't trying to get anything out of the name. They just thought it was fun. His name is Loki Skywalker.
Come on.
They say the story picked up some steam. Eventually, authorities emailed the family and said, a passport will be issued. It's just been delayed slightly. But I'm thinking, I might have missed out on an opportunity here. If we would have gone through with my original thinking for one of the boys' names, I might could get rich. His name would have been Bass Pro Shop Smith & Wesson. And
they're like a Band-Aid for all of life's bobos. It's Gary and Bristol only on Kiss Country 93.7.
Blake Shelton, boys around here, Kiss Country 93.7. It's Gary and Bristol. And the boys around here soon going to be all over the woods and the water. And in the Kiss Country app, you got to take a look. The different types of hunters that we have.
Oh, no.
Goes all the way from like Mr. Weather to Inspector Gadget.
Where do you fall on that?
I'm just a regular old normal guy. I'm the eat guy.
You're the guy that is always cooking it up at the deer camp,
I'm
or what?
I'm the eat guy. I didn't say I was the cook guy. I'm the eat guy.
Oh.
If you're cooking, I'm eating.
Okay.
So, just check that out in your Kiss Country app.
Oh, goodness.
Also, this Saturday, National Hunting and Fishing Day. And again this year, Bodcall Wildlife Management Area is planning a big event. In fact, my former Sunday school teacher, Kevin Houston, with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, is going to be doing a lot of this. They've got archery tournament. They've got a youth duck calling contest. They'll have electrofishing demonstrations. They'll have bullfrog catching, game scanning, BB shotgun, muzzleloader, paintball, archery, kayaking, canoeing, beekeeping.
Oh, my gosh.
There's food, arts and crafts, a blood drive, all of this. I want to say it's 9 to 2 Saturday at Bodcall.
Okay, I have what's probably a stupid question, so go ahead and make fun of me in advance. But don't you need a license now in the state of Louisiana to take part in activities at a wildlife management area?
There is a permit that you have to have if you're going to be hunting or fishing on a WMA. But for this particular event,
okay.
No.
Because I'd heard that you needed that $20 annual permit, like if you wanted to use the shooting range.
I don't believe it's $20.
I thought it was for the year.
Now, I could be mistaken.
Okay.
But I do know that, for this particular event, the public's invited. It is free. There's no charge, anything. And we do have all the information about this also in your Kiss Country app.
Ready for some moolah? I got cash. Yeah. Here's this hour's Kiss Cash Cow Code.
Here's your first code of the day. It's 340. That's 340. Enter that into your free Kiss Country app by midnight tonight for your chance to win up to $30,000. And make sure you're listening. Coming up at 9:20, we'll have another code headed your way with another shot at up to $30,000. Thanks to Greg Tilley's Manufactured Housing here on Kiss Country 93.7.
Hello.
Got something to tell Gary and Bristol? Call them at 725-KISS, or you can leave them a voicemail on the Kiss Country app. It's Kiss Country 93.7.
New country from Dirks Bentley, American Girl. Kiss Country 93.7 is Gary and Bristol. And a lot of those American Girls are softball players.
Oh, yes.
And this week's recipient of the Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award, he's all about him some softball players. In fact, his own daughter is a college player at LSU Alexandria. And he is Coach G. That's what they call him, Coach Gerald Layton. And was formerly with Evangel, now with Logansport. He's got the Louisiana Titans travel team. I mean, and the letter that we got about him, though it was anonymous, says, Coach G will do, like from braiding your hair to giving you advice to, fixing your broken glove, whatever's going on, Coach G's the guy.
That's awesome.
And, I'm going to tell you, when you do a little self-reflection, in a lot of cases, the person who has been the most inspirational to you in your life was either a teacher or a coach. In a lot of cases. And he's that guy.
Man, we want to hear about more Coach G.
No doubt.
Yeah. So if you haven't made a nomination and you have someone like a Coach G in your life, seriously, it's on you. It really is. You need to open up the free Kiss Country app or go to mykisskountry937.com. Open up Coach G's Caught in the Act story, and there'll be a link in there to click to make your own nomination.
Hey, it's worth a $50 gift certificate to Magnolia Pit Barbecue to whoever gets this. And, I'm thinking first right of refusal goes to the person who nominated them.
Right?
Yeah, do that now. It's in your Kiss Country app. And Coach G, thank you for being you.
I'm not sure how I got here.
Thanks for making us part of your morning. Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.